Yo, this is Eternal Plays Xenogears now. Anima relic number 2 is right in front of us. And when we get that one, yes, we're gonna get the new gear for some party member, and I think you'll know who it's gonna be because there's one party member only who hasn't really gotten a gear in a while. And then we're gonna have a boss fight, and yes, that character is actually in family, I guess you can call it, to this character, and it's gonna be a sad one. Because this guy is... oh... I don't want to talk anymore about it. Oh, come on! Screw you, Croakers! Leave us alone. This game's has just the most nasty... well, I don't want to escape either. There we go. Random battles in this game can be annoying. Let's go inside, and then you'll have a familiar place. Yeah, it's this again. Oh yeah, I can just probably tell you. For this gear battle, you want to put on gold plate and silver R if you have. Because the boss, we're going to use some gel attacks, and gel attacks can hit you for 4,000 or 5,000. The gold plate will make you immune to gel damage, and silver R will reduce it by half. So, put it on. If not, put on magnetic coats. So I would suggest magnetic coats and 1 gold silver armor and frame HP. Then, that should be fine. There's anima relic number 2. And it's indeed Rico who's gonna get a new gear, finally! Steer getting in the new gear is gonna be nice. There's an anima relic in these ruins. So ancient people worship meaningless things too, huh? You release it and then... Who's that? What do you say? Say something, understand! Who are you? Get out of my head! Rico, are you okay? So it's Rico's time to get a Omni gear. He's the last one to get an Omni gear too. There it is. I've seen that shape somewhere before. Wasn't that Rico's gear? Looks like it was your turn, Rico. Well, anyway, we're off. We're soon going to go outside, so we'll see. And they are. But once you go outside, well, there's the Omni gear for Rico. Looks pretty cool. Whoa, what the? Yeah. Again, don't watch this scene in the middle of the night with no lights on, because you're gonna piss your pants. Hey, bro. It's been a long time no see, bro. Hammer, is that you? What are you doing in that outfit? I was finally able to get it. Super strength. Just like you, bro. If you're wondering what Hammer looks like, Hammer has basically been organically fused with the gear. That's why he has these tendrils and so on his side. Basically, part of his body has now been fused together with this gear, so he can't live without it now. Same thing has happened with Bishop Stone, basically in Aqua. And look at that eye of Hammer. That look on Hammer's look and then the eye of Hammer, it just looks, man, looks freaking scary. I saw this first time, I almost shat my pants, almost screamed because it looked so nasty, it looked so scary. It feels so good. Thing wrong with your gear. Krillin did this for me. Yeah, now I just said again, he's been fused with his gear organically, so if his gear stops working, he dies. Anyway, just leave the gear and Miss Ellie for me. Resistance is useless. I'm much too powerful for you now. What are you saying, Hammer? What? You're not handing them over? I see. I just have to use force and take the girl and the gear from you. Stop it, Hammer! Even you, champ, won't win against me now. Here I come. Yes, you have to fight him. Now his gear looks tiny and weak, but his gear can mutate fast. This is basically the coronavirus of gears, can you say? Because this guy mutates as you attack him. First things first, as with the last battle, this is extremely important, this one. Booster ASAP. Hammer, first attack, gel breath. So you can see his main attack, gel breath. Doesn't do that much damage now. It's gonna be even worse. Booster up again. And then jet attack. Do some gel modification, which will increase attack power drastically. Just keep pummeling him. Don't use system meat yet, by the way, on Faye, because this guy has two phases, and his second phase is the dangerous part. You can also reduce your defense, which can be nasty, but don't worry too much about it. The hammer can be really nasty. Let's use the level 3 attack now. Tenjin! 4,002, pretty good. Meralda is the DPS king here though. I'm gonna show you guys her level 3 attack, which is just amazingly cool. Repu. Yeah, he can just attack multiple times in one turn. It's really nasty. But if you have some response though, you will have a bit of a chance to block his attacks. Just the Iron Break. So it's really cool. Check this out. Oh! Damn! 5,400. Yeah. Pretty good. Attack like this. I would consider using square attacks if you feel the cross attacks are starting to miss a bit, but if you do have magneticals, you should be fine. Like even Maria hits with her cross attacks, so. And Maria has like the worst accuracy. Gel attack. 1400 because they have silver armor on. I'll go for the dock. 500. Attack again. Record as well. Yeah, you want to do this at damage. Just keep doing this for, I would say, we're taking around 28,000 HP. Then you want to basically go all out as much as fast as you can, and I'll tell you again. You'll see when you get them. It's also really cool. Puts him down and he shoots his missiles. Got a really bad feeling. That's the sign. He will no longer attack. That doesn't mean it's good, because now he will about to explode. This is where you have to go all out. Now you go system hit. Now you do 21,000 HP damage as soon as you can. If not, should we get out of here? Yeah, that means it's about to self-explode. Big game. Okay. next now. You're supposed to escape here, by the way. But you can't fight, that's what I'm gonna try. I'll go next again. Fight. And this is why self-destruct. So I didn't manage to. But anyways, if you manage to defeat him before he self-destructs, he will give you an item called a trader card. But I didn't manage to do it because I didn't do it properly. But it's fine. Heh, that's my bro. Far too strong. Even for me. Even when I thought I finally got powerful enough to beat you too. Hammer. Champ, promise me you'll go back to Norchin one day. You are the next in line to be the Kaiser. You knew? Don't underestimate the power of my information network. But it's no use now. For a bit player like me, this is probably the end I deserve. Hammer! And yeah, that is the end of our dear friend Hammer. That also concludes Anima Dungeon number 2. Hammer disappeared in the chasm with a look of satisfaction. Was he happy because he knew he'd been able to attain it? His brief moment of power? Hammer smiled. Was the look of joy from attaining power? Was it the look of relief from the pain that was brought upon him by his mutation? Ultimately, we had no choice but to defeat our friend Hammer for the sake of our own survival. Was there any other way around it? Ned felt that fighting was so futile until now. Ellie cried continuously. She hated herself for not able to do anything to help him. When I saw her like that, I couldn't help thinking, I can no longer allow her to fight like this. We returned to Ignis, feeling that this was become much more than we could bear. Yeah. Poor Hammer. And then it's this moment here. What do you want, Ramses? You. If you didn't exist, that's why I must get rid of you. Only then will I be able to beat him. What do you think you're doing, Ramses? That's absurd. You think you can neutralize my power? Of course he can. He was made to be able to do so. Trillion? Sure you're not on their side now? Oh, really now? I don't care about the group of old geezers who are so obsessed with clinging on to their dear little lives that they had to resort to turning themselves into the data on the Sol 9000 in order to survive. That's not why. Your existence obstructed me from reaching my own goal. That is all. Haven't you been working for humanity's future? For humans to live longer? That is why I assisted you. Yes, that's right. I try to lead the people in my own way. That hasn't changed in the least. Trillion, what's got into you? Kill him, Ramses. Rah! And that is the end of the first created human. So, Cain is dead. Yes. The final fate for one bound within everlasting flesh. If only he had just accepted our logical ideals too. A fitting end for someone that becomes dominated by needless flesh. Excellent work, Trillian. Now there's nothing that can stand in the way of us accomplishing our objective. The anima relics have been awakened and aligned with their respective animus. Dan, Joseph, Gad have each been aligned with the surface dwellers and their animus. Shugas Asher, Ramses Zebulun, Krolus Judah, Sophia's Dinah. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Issachar rode the line 500 years ago. And finally, Graf's Naphtali. All of the anima relics have now been activated. The identity of the persona mask of the Mother has also become clear. The time has come. Now is the time to open the door to God's domain and attain the fleshly body and the wisdom of God. The time of the true awakening, to carry us to new horizons. Yes, the time of the gospel has come. Now, humans, extol the awakening of God! There's the geisha key. And by doing that, they now activate the power of God. If you want to know what that is, you will soon get to know, because you might have thousands of questions. But now, the story takes a very huge turn. Suddenly the howling erupted. Even the people who had not mutated were being turned into wells. They howled out like war cries, had to call out to something. That was because Ramses had been manipulated into assassinating the Emperor. Now with nothing else hiding them back, the ministry had put into use the geisha key, the effect of which was to alter those people who had been destined by God. In other words, when they used the key to turn people into mutants, but want to know why, well, there's a reason for it. Those people destined by God, regardless of whether they surface dwellers or Solarians, began to change shape, one after the other. The howling was the people who had filled the earth, calling out to God. Once humans have filled the earth, God will awaken from his long sleep, and the awakening of Mahanan, the paradise in the sky, will soon follow. The true meaning of what the ministry had spoken, the true nature of what the legend was at last beginning to be realized. This is what they meant when they said, once humans have filled the earth. Eventually Mahanan, the resting place of God, woke from his long slumber, began to rise, almost as if responding to the call of the people. It appeared before us in all its majestic glory. And if you want to wonder what Mahanan is, do you remember the very intro movie of the game? That big spaceship in the sky, remember that one? That was blown out, and we were wondering what the hell is this, and then we hadn't seen anything of it or know anything about it at all. Well, if you've been patient, well, your patience is about to be rewarded, because coming out from the sea is a ruined ship that has been under the sea for basically 10,000 years. So yes, as you can see from the looks of it, even with all the algae and all the moss covering it, this is indeed the structure we saw in the beginning of the game. The very intro move of the game. That is indeed a spaceship. But why is it called Mahanan? Why is it being called Paradise to God? And why is the people mutating have a connection to this spaceship? That's probably the next big questions you all have now. which is the game is good to giving you thousands of questions. Solaris. Gazelle Ministry sent a massive force there to obtain God and his wisdom. But by now, neither the nation of Solaris nor the organization known as Gebler existed anymore. The only thing that was left there was an immeasurable accumulation of weapons. Almost all of the Solarians have been transfigured into weapons. The Gazelle Ministry now reigned over them as their commanders. There was no way we could allow God or God's wisdom to fall into the hands of the Ministry. We decided to assemble all the forces we could and head towards Mahanan. With a perilous battle, there was no guarantee that we will make it back alive. We were to carry out the planet Dawn, hence I had to stiffen my resolve concerning her. Wait a minute, you want me to stay here? No, I'm going with you! Now, what is he talking about, you might ask? What does he mean by staying behind? Well, I'm gonna stop here because, again, it's a bit hard to stop in these episodes because there's just so much story and plot. And some battles and story and plot and story and plot and story and plot and... Did I say story and plot? Yeah. And then another battle and then maybe a dungeon and then... yeah. And there's gonna be more. Sadly. That's just how this 2 is. Next episode, though, we're gonna find out what Justice Mahan is all about and why this spaceship that we saw in the intro movie now finally makes a return as a wreckage 10,000 years old. What does it mean? What's the connection does it have to people mutating into monsters? Well, next episode we're gonna get a lot of answers, actually. Finally gonna get more answers than questions. We won't get all the answers, though. We're gonna get some. Next episode, we're gonna get a lot of questions about the intro movie, at least. But what about Ellie? And why did I say that we want to unequip Ellie before we faced against Hammer? You will know soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. That's quit for now. See you guys next time as my journey in Xenogears continues.